Right, today we'll be talking about the subject particle ga and something or anything, which is in Japanese nani ka or nani mo. The subject particle ga and something on anything nani ka nani mo. Right, well, let's start with wa, which is written ha, and ga. Well, in the beginner class, they have slightly learned about these two as particles. So you started with wa, which is usually defined as the topic marker or to express a contrast in the sentence. And when it comes to ga, it's called subject marker, or in the question, it's used, or as emphasis, it's also used. Well, that's a brief overlook of these two. Well, today we go a little bit deeper as the intermediate class. We have a look at this, the subject particle, ga. Well, let's have a look at these three sentences to start with. So I have written here when question word equals a subject, but these threes are not equal. So question words are not subject in these three sentences, which is like, what is your name? How much is this? Whose bag is that? So these underlined ones, these are the subject. So that means we don't use ga. What do we use? So what is your name? I hope this should be a very easy question for you. お名前は何ですか? So we use は。名前は何ですか? Or お名前は何ですか? Or maybe you can say お名前は as well. How much is this? In Japanese, これはいくらですか? これはいくらですか? Whose bag is that? あれ or それは誰のカバンですか? あれ or それは誰のカバンですか? I hope you can explain the differences between あれ or それ. But yes, it depends on, the thing is on the speaker side or the listener side. Right. Or the speaker side or neither. Close to neither of the speakers or the listeners. Right. Well, wait, I just written, yeah, right. Right, well here, now I remember. As an intermediate class, I have added informal speech as well, so you can get used to those short forms as well, or informal speech. Right, now I remember. Right, what's your name? あれ or それは誰のカバン? Or just so you know, just to refresh your informal speech knowledge so that you can distinguish. Right. Well, here, so this is the core part here. When the question word is the same as the subject. So who went to Japan? Which one is yours? What happened in these sentences? So who, which one, what are the subject. So in these cases, for example, 誰が日本へ行きましたか? Instead of は、誰が日本へ行きましたか? Which one is yours? どれがあなたのですか? So it's wrong to say どれはあなたのですか? Well, if you say あなたの as a subject, あなたのはどれですか? And then what will be used. But if you want to put which one as a subject, and then it should be with が. It should be followed by が. どれがあなたのですか? どれ is a question word. What happened? 何がありましたか? 何がありましたか? Not what. Right, again, just so you know, or just so you can brush up your informal speech skill. Who went to Japan? 誰が日本へ行った? 行きました becomes 行った。どれがあなたのですか? You just drop ですか。何がありました? ありました will be あった。And just simply going up pitch. So you go up. 何があった? 何があった? どれがあなたの? 誰が日本へ行った? Stuff like that. Right. Well, here, I hope you remember these. 好き、嫌い、上手、下手、得意、苦手. These can be also followed by が. What are these? These are like, dislike, to be good at, to be poor at, to be good at with a pride, to, with the preferences, with the what is it called? The pleasant feeling, that's 得意. 苦手, that's poor or something, but also means not good at something or don't like, without any fun or, yes, that's a negative one, right? 苦手. So those, in the Japanese grammar, they are used as na adjectives, but in English, it works as the verbs. Here, these, again, we need to use が. What do you like? 何が好きですか? We don't say 何を好きですか as an object because 好き、嫌い、上手、下手、得意、苦手. These are the ones specifically require が as a particle. 何が好きですか? What do you like? Who do you like? 誰が好きですか? You can say that, but I hope you also remember here that when it comes to people, we usually put のこと. We don't know why, but we just say that. I love you, mom. お母さんのことが大好き. And stuff like that. So usually we put のこと. Just as a refresh. Meant here. Which one do you dislike? どれが嫌いですか? So whatever here you use 上手、下手、得意、苦手、好き、嫌い and remember here to put が after the subject. The same way, ブラブラがあります。ある、あります。And we just learned these body parts, like describing people, body parts, plus が and adjectives. 髪が長いです。友達は目が大きいです。This が。They also what is it called? Require が as a particle. Right, the other use of が emphasis. Well, here, not others, but this particular person or particular thing, particular place. So when you want to point out, when you want to emphasize on something, we usually use が instead of は. So can you see the difference between these two sentences? 友達は日本に行きました。友達が日本に行きました。I bet you do. 友達は it's just a statement that randomly you can start a conversation with this. But when you say 友達が, that means not me, not him, not her, but this particular friend. 友達が日本に行きました。この友達が日本に行きました。So to emphasize something, we also use が. Right, another topic today. We have also looked at something or not anything, as in 何か or 何も. Look at these three sentences. There is something. Is there anything? There is not anything. So these something, anything, anything. These can be a bit tricky because not equally translated. But the positive statement and question, these we use 何か. Both. So in English, they can be something and anything. But as long as it's a positive statement and in the question form, we say 何か. 何か. And negative statement, like in there isn't anything, there's nothing, there is anything. 何も plus negative form. So 何もありません. So when you say 何も, that already implies that, okay, that will be followed by a negative sentence. It's already negative. So you can add negative form to complete the whole sentence. So in English, something, anything, anything, but in Japanese, 何か何か and 何も. That's the difference. Or try short forms. Oh, here. 何かがあります。Wait, here. And short forms. 何かがあります in short forms. なんかある。なんかある。But we can say 何かがある。But we usually say なんかある。なんかある。There is something. Is there anything? なんかあるなんかあるが can be dropped. And 何もありません as in formal speech, that would be なんもない in short forms or informal speech. なんもない or 何もない。何もない何かある and stuff. These can be plain forms, but very casual short forms. Informal speech, we say なんかある。なんかあるなんもない These. So, just so you know. Right. 何か何もOf course, all the other verbs can be also used together with 何か何も. So I ate something, for example, did you eat anything? I didn't eat anything. 何かを食べました。何か食べましたか？何も食べませんでした。何も食べませんでした。So as long as you get used to those, okay, these two positive statements and question, we use 何か as something. And negative form, we usually use 何も. Right, you might have heard of 何でも. 何でも. This is a bit different. Well, can be translated as anything, but like as in everything meaning. So anything will do. In this context, we say 何でも, not 何か or 何も. For example, anything would, okay, what would you like to eat? What would you like to drink and stuff? And if you don't have any preferences and things or stuff, you can say 何でも大丈夫です. Anything will do. 何でも大丈夫です. But if you say 何でもいい, 何でもいい will make you sound like, oh, whatever. So be careful. 何でもいい, whatever. So if you mean to say whatever, like without any interest and stuff, you can say 何でもいい. 何でもいい. Well, yeah. So 何でも is a bit different, but 何か, that's something. 何も, that's not anything. Well, that's it for today for the lecture. Thank you for watching. お疲れ様でした. If you want to practice Japanese with us and meet your new classmates, you're more than welcome to join us. おかえりスクール